Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. For the sake of today's video, I want to do something a little interesting and take a more in-depth look in the 2024 United States House elections. As in the aftermath of the 2024 election, I spent some time going over a lot of the races that were still uncalled. I kind of wanted to look at some states around the country where there were very close races, and I wanted to start today with the state of Maine. Now, Maine, we may know, I'm going to zoom in here, Maine's first district was actually not all that competitive. It voted for the Democratic incumbent, Chellie Pingree. Here, I'll zoom in for you here. It voted for the Democratic incumbent, Chellie Pingree, 59% to 36%. So it was not a very competitive race, but was the second district in Maine. This district right here, which, as you can kind of see, the second district goes along this shape right here and covers much of the northern and rural parts of Maine, was super close between Democratic incumbent Jared Forrest Golden and Republican Austin Theriault. Ended up being 50.3% for Golden, 49.7% for Austin Theriault after going to a second round of ranked choice voting results, as the first ballot of Maine did not have over 50% for either candidate and need to go for ranked choice voting. And the Wikipedia shows that obviously Maine's first district was a solid race, as it was all listed as solid Democrat. But on the second one, it was very, very close. Golden had a lot more money raised, spent in cash on hand than his Republican challenger Theriault, who raised $1.206 million, and Golden was able to raise $3.7 million. This makes sense, as the incumbents typically raise more money, even though it showed a very, very competitive race where the Cook Political Report had it as a toss-up, as did Inside Elections. Elections Daily had it as a lean Democrat, as did Sabado's Crystal Ball, CNN Analysis as tilt Democrat, and Decision Desk HQ as lean Democrat. The polling of this race was very interesting, where there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 polls conducted in here, about 7 polls, and about 4 of them had the Democrat leading, 2 of them had the Republican leading. That math does not add up one bit. There was one poll, yes it does actually, that had the race as a tie, 38-38. So it's very interesting. This race was very, very close. And of course, when you think of Maine at the presidential level, it's usually a likely Democratic state, so it doesn't get talked about all that much compared to some other states. But this House race ended up being very, very close, at the final results being Golden getting 197,151 to Theriault's 194,445, with the exact percentages being Golden getting 50.35% to Theriault's 39.65% after the ranked choice voting was tabulated. So this was very, very close, and I just really wanted to shine some attention on this race because just how really important this race was. When you look at the grand scheme of things here, the House map, these two races, especially Maine's second, narrowly going to the Democrat when you zoom out. Democrats ended up getting 215 House seats, Republicans getting 220. Now, I'm going to show you really quickly the more in-depth results of Maine's second district, but this is very important, as this seat barely going Democrat helped the Republicans only have about a 5-seat majority or so in the U.S. House over the Democrats, which is very, very important to talk about when it comes to actually getting things passed in the House of Representatives itself. On the Democratic House side of things, back in 2022, this district voted for Jared Golden over the Republican candidate by 6.1%, 53.05 to 46.95. Back in 2020, Golden won this district by 6.1%. Again, a likely Democratic win for Jared Golden. Back in 2018, Golden won this race by just 1% over the Republican opponent, who also happened to be the same opponent as he was in 2022. So 2018 was the last time this race was decided by under 1 point before 2024. 2016, the Republican who represented it beforehand, who Jared Golden, I believe, defeated in 2018, actually won the race by 9.6%. And then in 2018, Golden goes on to win it. Now, come to 2024, where Jared Golden wins the race by 50.3% to 49.7% in an incredibly close race that just barely kept things in the Democratic side. And just in case you're a little confused on how ranked choice voting works, the candidate has to get over 50%, I believe it is. Maine uses ranked choice voting, which allows voters to select multiple candidates in order of preference. Because the race was so close, officials brought the ballots to the state capitol for a second round of tabulation. If a voter's first choice was a write-in candidate or left blank, that ballot was reallocated to a second choice candidate if the voter had marked one. And that ended up getting Golden at 197,151 votes and Theriault 194,445. This was an incredibly close race and one I'm frankly very fascinated with, as just again the progression of this race going from actually starting in 2016 a 9.6% win for the Democrat, 2018 a 1-point win for the Democrat, 2020 a 6-point win for the Democrat, 2022 a 6-point win for the Democrat. Now to 2024, less than 1%, the smallest margin so far, 0.6% win for the Democrat Jared Golden. I'm very fascinated about this race, and this is one I'm really interested in seeing what happens in 2026 if Jared Golden decides to run again. There were some rumors that maybe he would run for governor of Maine or maybe Senate against Susan Collins. If he does jump at either of those opportunities to run for those races and vacates the seat, does Austin Theriault run again and try and run the seat against a non-Democratic opponent in what should be an easier win for him? Because looking at the Cook PVI of this district, this was from the 118th Congress, 2023 through 2024. Do not believe there's an updated one for 2024 and 25 yet. Cook has Maine's 2nd district as Republican +6 for Jared Golden. So Jared Golden is winning in a district that, by all reports, is a likely Republican district, which is why Golden's win is so fascinating to me. And if he were to retire in 2026, I think it would be almost not a lock, but it would be pretty close to a lock at being a Republican flip. So this race is one that I'm fascinated with, and just the optics and the political preferences of the people in this district to represent Jared Golden and reelect him again, I just find very fascinating. And how that plays into the grand scheme of things right now. Again, Republicans do have the House majority at 220 to 215, but there are a lot of races nationwide the Democrats barely hold on to, with some very endangered incumbents, chief among them may be Jared Golden in Maine, in what you'd think of a Democratic state in Maine, in the most Democratic region of the United States, in New England. You don't really talk about the individual House races all that much, which is why I wanted to do a video on this, to shine some light on some of these kind of under-talked about House races. But Maine's 2nd district was very competitive in 2024, and I'm fascinated to see how things go for 2026 if Golden runs again, and how he will do if he does, or if he does not run again, and what the race ends up going like. Certainly one I want to watch more going forward, but I really want to do this video because I thought this would be a fun, interesting topic, especially if you're interested in these House races, as I didn't think I was really too interested in the House, but as the election got closer, and after the election I saw the aftermath of them and all the races that were still left outstanding and covering them, I've quickly gained a very quick sort of affection for covering the House races. So certainly I think I'm going to do more of these videos in the future because I like seeing how close the House races were and sort of what it all means for these districts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a comment below telling me if you did enjoy it, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, anything that you think I can improve on. Please feel free to let me know. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like the video, click subscribe, and I hope to see you in a future video. That will do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a like. And if you really liked it, please remember to click the subscribe button. And make sure you turn post notifications on so you always get notified when I post a new video. That way you never miss one. Also, please remember to share this video with your friends and family if you really like the video. And remember to stay tuned because I'll be posting at least one video every single day leading up until Election Day. So I'd really appreciate it if you keep coming back and watching those videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.